I have an idea. Harley-Davidson should make an electric crate motor. I don't care if it's directly off the Livewire. Harley, you should do this. For all you petrol heads, tuners, and custom fabricators, crate engines are nothing new, especially in the automotive world. But Harley-Davidson is well known for making motorcycle engines hella customizable, from big bore kits to high flow injectors to ported heads and bigger cam profiles. And those are all individual components in larger performance upgrade jobs, but they're nothing compared to getting a Screaming Eagle crate motor direct from Harley like the 131 kit. If you got money to blow like the boomers and their retirement money, you might as well ball out, right? Make it rain, my guy. There are many people out there that have customized baggers with Screaming Eagle kits and suspension updates and dropping big bore kits and smaller frames to make ridiculous power to weight ratios, but let's shake it up a bit. Project Livewire. That was Harley-Davidson's way of showing us its future. It's a hit or miss, more so because of the price and questionable marketing towards millennials and young adults, but generally, people who ride Livewire, they love it. And I still haven't ridden one yet, so if you're listening, Harley, hook a brother up. But imagine this though, you have that new project in mind and you're wondering what direction you want to go and what powertrain to drop in that empty frame. If you're in the automotive world, you'd probably look for an LS swap to keep things, simple, right? They make big power, they're affordable, reliable, and the aftermarket is full of support. They're essentially the Evo motors of the automotive world, but in reality, you got an old chopper, a bagger, or a cafe build. Sure, you could go the Evo route, or you could go with an S&S like many do, or you could just rebuild that clapped out Honda CB motor. The possibilities are endless, but all of your builds have this in common. They're ICE engines, internal combustion engines. You know what I'm talking about. That hunk of metal that makes explosions thousands of times a minute between your legs, that makes you go vroom vroom down the highway really fast. Why not add an electric powertrain directly from Harley-Davidson? Who else in the motorcycle industry could pull this off other than Harley-Davidson? A crate motor. Don't say zero. Do not say zero. Zero. Damn it. If we're not using an OEM motorcycle manufacturer in this conversation, hell, maybe S&S could drop an electric crate motor. Or maybe the Italian manufacturer Energica, considering they supply the electric motors for the Moto E Racing Series. Well, actually, not after 2022. Ducati is actually taking that over in 2023. This makes sense for either brand, as they have either the technology or the R&D department to facilitate this. But not Zero. All right. I'm just picking on Zero, even though Zero should totally consider this too. This idea of an electric crate motor in the motorcycle world popped in my head after hearing a recent announcement in the automotive world. See, Ford and Chevy, they both announced their own projects at SEMA involving putting electric motors in classic cars. Chevy collaborated on the famous 1957 Chevy 210, also known as Project X, and Ford dropped its Mustang E-derived Illuminator crate motor in a 1970s F100 pickup truck. Clearly, people were not happy with the Project X conversion, but forget those people. But what better way to futurize iconic vehicles, older vehicles, than with electric powertrains? With the Illuminator, Ford is claiming 281 horsepower and over 317 pound-feet of torque. And this is just the beginning. And while it isn't gas-powered, I dig it. The Harley Livewire, well, actually it's the Livewire 1 now. Harley spun off the Livewire into its own brand. It claims 105 horsepower and 86 pound-feet of torque. For a first-generation electric motorcycle, man, that's enough to tickle the whistle of many of you watching. Even so, with the price of Livewire 1 being a lot less than the original Livewire, we're talking $22,000 now versus $30,000 previously, and that's before tax incentives. But just think about this. You never having to do an oil change again. Personally, I hate doing oil changes. They're just so messy. And what about you having instant torque and horsepower throughout the entire power band? There's no need for a torque curve. You would also be able to instantly tune your motorcycle from a smartphone. There wouldn't be a need for a dyno. And you not turning into well-done meat sitting at a stoplight because the motor is putting off too much heat. However, you're going to miss that heat in the winter. The majority of us, we're going to miss the sound of internal combustion in exchange for a quieter, more serene motorcycle experience. And being able to drop this electric motor in many different motorcycle frames, man, listen, that is a win. Now, of course, this doesn't involve batteries and charging times and all of the wiring and other nuances that are involved with setting up an electric vehicle, or fitting an electric motor however it would be designed into the chassis of current motorcycles. There's a lot involved in fitting motors into a chassis it wasn't designed for, especially with motorcycles and limited space. But imagining the possibilities on another generation of motorcycles is freaking huge. The custom scene with the tools would find a way, and that's the fun of it all. It's just like the saying goes, build it and they will come.
Unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
But purists and traditionalists, right? They would hate seeing anything else electric coming from Harley. But we don't care. We want to see something that shakes the industry up, move it forward. The tip of their old school macho iceberg is a freaking electric crate motor. That's the best way to say forget you, we're moving forward. Harley, if you're out there listening, make the electric crate motor and bring the custom scene on board and just let their creativity go wild. This could be a way of bringing in the next generation of riders into the brand and also bring even more interest into the custom bike scene. Can you imagine the creation some of the genius minds in the custom scene could do with an electric crate motor? And of course, assuming they have batteries and everything too, right? I'm sure many would just be excited for a new platform to tinker with, but it doesn't have to replace gas engines. Obviously, that's coming soon anyway, because emission laws are just getting stricter and the government is just making it more tough to own a gasoline engine. But, this could just complement the scene and offer another option and perspective on two wheels. Again, Harley, if you're listening, or any other brand with the R&D and capability, just do it.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
But comment down below what you think about this. Would you buy an electric crate motor for a motorcycle if it were available? Again, at this point, for like concepts, right? For the purpose of customizing or repurposing an older bike or building a new project bike. I don't have all the answers for how everything should work or would work, the cost, the fabrication, but this is just me with an idea after reading something from the automotive world. And again, this doesn't include other components like the battery, the wiring, the software, but it makes for a seriously interesting conversation. So I would really love to know what you guys think about this. So if you learned something or thought this was a cool idea, definitely drop your comment down below, hit the thumbs up button, and if you're subscribed, I'll catch you in the next one.